Previously on SarCraftic, GiggleBot attempted to create a brand new single-player world which he failed at spectacularly. The resulting explosion sent him into the wild world known as SarCraftic. In an attempt to gain favor with the locals, he baked them a peace cake, which was murdered in cold blood by JooseOnTheLoose. This sent GiggleBot into a blind rage.
Oh, you've done it now!
He vowed to get revenge in the most personal way possible, covering Juice's base with diorite and cake. This plan was only partially successful as GiggleBot was discovered before he could finish his master plan and shot on sight. Grab your pickaxes and popcorn, folks, as more adventures await you here on SarCraftic. Hey everybody, GiggleBot here, and welcome back to another episode here on the SarCraftic server. This is episode number 2, and as you can tell, I am fully kitted out in diamond armor. Yes, I've been a very busy bot in between episodes, doing some cosmetic changes to the cake farm, and going mining for all these lovely, lovely diamonds, and now here we are, ready to record another episode. Now, I have a confession to make, my friends. I have been using this cake farm as a base for the past week, and it's kind of starting to show. I mean, look at all of this stuff over here. We have beds, we have chests everywhere, we have random, utility tables, and even a jukebox because I found this music disc one time. It's a mess. We have another chest here. I have one under the bridge over there and one on the back side of this island. And honestly, I'm not liking it too much. I don't want to settle down here. I really don't. I want to find myself a nice place to build a base, cozy up, and start world domination. Just simple things, just simple robot things. So that being said, I think this episode I am going to scout out an area and see if I can't call it home. So let's rock on and see what we can find. Okay, so I'm doing something that I've never done before, and that is plan ahead. So I'm here on chunkbase.com, and I've plugged in the seed of our map, and I've plugged in my current coordinates, and this little red dot right here is where I currently am in the world. That's where my cake farm is. This purple thing here is the mushroom island that we're using for our community center, and I think I found a really nifty looking spot all the way down here. So this is a giant tree taiga you can see down there in the bottom corner of the screen, and it's right next to a snowy tundra and a frozen ocean, which I think would be really handy for getting ice for ice pathways and things like that later on. But I also, you don't really see many bases inside of giant tree taigas, so I think I'm gonna settle down over there and kind of make like a log cabin, like camping style base for this season of SarCraftic. I really think that's a really fun idea. So let's jump back into the map and see if we can't travel to these coordinates here. All right, my friends, 2.5 episodes of The Office later, and here we are at our destination, right in the middle of a mega taiga biome. I already have my nether portal set up, and there's a pathway through the nether back to the old cake farm, just so that I can make sure I transfer all of my stuff back and forth safely. Oh, there's a couple of skeletons. Let me fight those off real quick. Alright, anyways, friends, I am here, and I'm excited to be here. I've never made a base in a mega taiga biome before, and I'm excited to get started. Like I mentioned earlier, I plan on making this kind of like a campsite. Like it's going to be a log cabin retreat or something like that. Just because, I don't know if you're familiar with my other series or if you're just joining me, but I like to really adapt to the biome that I'm in. For example, on Tampa Craft, I was in a swamp, so I made really like swampy, dilapidated looking builds and things like that. So now that I'm in, a mega taiga biome, I'm going to make it look like a campsite, because I feel like that really matches the vibe out here. Log cabins and campfires and, canoes by the lake, things like that. I feel like it'll be a fun, cute little project to get started on my starter base out here. So I will see you guys in a bit. Camp Counselor GiggleBot here, jumping in the middle of the video to say that because of COPPA, I can't have comments on my videos anymore. And, well, if I get more popular and eventually start gaining ad revenue, well, I wouldn't be able to gain ad revenue because COPPA's a thing. So in order to combat that, I am going to be making my content a little less family friendly. Not in like a dirty way, but in like a kids probably couldn't understand this way. So to help facilitate things, today's word of the day is osteoporosis. I'm not going to tell you what that means because this isn't an educational channel. Anyways, let's get back into the video. All right, my friends, welcome back to Camp GiggleBot. Things are really starting to take shape out of here. I've carved out a really nice area here to get started, and I've put out 2 log cabins. I've done a really interesting thing here where the interior is made entirely out of logs, some of them stripped, boom, and then on the outside I have a whole bunch of slabs and stairs making this nice log cabin-esque pattern, and these are just kind of gonna be the base buildings for my, well, base. I have 3 more planned over here, and then, you know, eventually we're going to have a bigger one somewhere else, probably as like the main lodge that I'll actually call my home. But let me show you the inside of one of these real quick. If we just come up here, you see I have a staircase going down. And right now it doesn't really lead anywhere. It's just kind of a proof of concept more than anything. But essentially in all of the cabins there's going to be access to the underground, which is going to connect all the cabins and have some farms and things like that inside of them. And the entrances will be, you know, more or less obvious depending on the cabin. Like this one here, for example, it doesn't have an entrance yet, but I'm not going to make it a super big staircase going down. It's probably just going to be like a trap door or something like that. And then of course they have lofts as well. This one just has my valuables chest in it, but the other one over there has a bed. You can kind of see it. I don't have Optifine, so I can't zoom in. But yeah, it has a bed over there, and that's kind of where I'm calling home for now, until I can build myself, you know, the main lodge that'll be my house. But yeah, as of right now, I have a pathway here. It doesn't exactly lead anywhere, but eventually it's gonna lead to like kind of a sitting area with a campfire. Because I mean, obviously we're at a campground. You gotta have a campfire. But yeah, it's going to have a campfire and, you know, some logs around that you can sit on and, I don't know, maybe some other things. We do have the ability to make armor stands look like, you know, they're chilling and enjoying life around here. So I may do that a little bit later on. But yes, I'm very happy with the way that this is starting out. And this is going to be an excellent base, I think, for the coming season of SarCraftic. This is, after all, only episode 2, so things will definitely take shape as the season progresses, but I'm very, very happy with how it's looking as of right now. So I'm back over here at the Mushroom Island, and it looks like it's starting to get established. We've got a couple shops going up here. There's one over there. Dawjinc built one over there between those 2 dirt pillars, and Juice is selling iron right over there. But the reason I'm here is to explain the economy of SarCraftic. See, we're not using diamonds as our currency, nor any other ore or material that can be found in the game. Instead, we're using the IOU system, and I think it's best explained through this book right here. It says, welcome. This hut is where you will display your IOUs and describe what they are worth. I, Juice, have already added mine, so you can get an idea of how this will work. You will need a book and quill, one of your own head, as well as one of each of your 3 levels of IOUs, renamed however you plan to represent them. Mine are named Juice IOU level ... Please sign your book when you're finished and enjoy. P.S. If you do not have one of your own heads, see Juice and he'll happily slaughter you, yada yada yada. I already have my own head over here. Now, the way it works is essentially we get 3 different blocks to represent the level of favor that we plan on doing for each other here on the server. For example, Juice over here has 3 blocks, a level 1, level 2, and level 3, represented by iron, nether wart, and dark prismarine respectively. And if you read his book, you'll see what they're worth. So level 1, he'll provide you assistance with any grindy task for about an hour. Level 2, he'll help you with any mob fight and not expect any of the loot for an hour and a half. And the third one, he'll help you with villagers and hate you for it because he hates villagers, or he'll do just about any task with a level 3 IOU. So that's sort of how these work, and he had mentioned too in one of his previous videos that the IOUs can be traded from there. You don't have to cash it in when you get it, you can still use it as currency. So for example, if say I set up a shop and Zippy gives me a level 1 IOU, I can then trade one of Zippy's level 1 IOUs over here at the iron shop or something else like that. It's really complicated, I know, but it's a very unique system, and I thought it was kind of cool, and we'll see how it pans out. I've never seen it done before, and there's probably a reason for that, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm over here because I'm the only player who hasn't established my IOUs yet. Dawjinc has his, Zippy's got his, Juice obviously has his, and Ubu has his, and here I am with a completely empty chest. Now, I don't have a book and quill, so I'll go grab one and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my book and quill here, and I'm just about ready to go. But I figure before I start writing my book and assigning values, I might as well establish my 3 IOU levels. So I think level 1, I'm going to have a hay bale because I have plenty of access to that with Giggle Farms over there. Mossy cobblestone because I live out in a mega taiga and can get this whenever I want. And a block of diamond, namely because A, I haven't seen anybody else use a block of diamond for any of theirs, and B, I'm not planning on giving these out too terribly often. I want to give out like maybe a maximum of 5 level 3 IOUs for the entire season 1 of SarCraftic. We'll see how that actually goes, but I think it's a good challenge to set for myself, and a great way to limit that is to make it one of the most expensive blocks in the game. So I have these here, I'm going to rename them, and then I can assign their value with my book and quill. And done. There we go. We have level 1, level 2, and level 3, respectively. Let's throw these in the chest, and I'll assign their values. Now, one thing that I think is really, really cool about this system is that not only can you buy just about anything outright, but it lets you assign your own worth. It lets you assess your own strengths in the game so that you can effectively dole out payment to people. Now, I am a builder. I like to think I'm pretty good at building, and also I'm a master of shenanigans. I mean, episode 1 rolled around and I hit the ground running with a prank over at Juice's place, and I plan on doing much more of that here in the future. But to facilitate that, I am going to set my IOU worth as follows. I will play a non-lethal prank of your choice on the player of your choosing, so long as the prank requires no less than 1 stack of redstone dust and uses only materials that can be obtained within 1 calendar day, so 1 real-life day. I feel like that's a good baseline for the IOU level 1. Level 2 is going to be a little bit more interesting, and that's going to bring out my building side. I will provide consultation, materials, or labor for any given build project so long as my work can be completed within 1 calendar day. If it can't, I will render services for 1 calendar day, then immediately abandon the project. I feel like that's a very reasonable IOU level 2. Now, level 3 is going to be the most interesting. And I'm pretty sure this is my favorite one. Now, I mentioned that I wanted to limit myself, and in doing so, I'm going to actually make it cost me in real life. It says, I will send you a package IRL, so long as said package costs no more than $10 US, including shipping. So if I make even 5 of these bad boys, I'm going to be spending $50 in real life. Or, I will assist with any project, service, or other work until the task is complete with no time limit. Now, this is like the rarest of rare IOUs. I won't be giving out any more than, like I said, like 3 at the maximum for the whole season. So I feel like this is a very fair term for my IOU level 3s. So I'm going to go ahead and sign this bad boy. I'll just call it GiggleBot IOUs, sign and close. And now here we are. Boom, boom, boom. And we can put that in the chest. And now we are ready to join the SarCraftic economy. That's awesome. But anyways, my friends, that's just about all the time that I have for today. If you enjoyed this video, then please kindly thank that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed this video, then please give me a subscribe. Both of those things really help me grow my channel. But until then, friends, I'll see you next time.